What's up, YouTube? Happy holidays. Pretty pumped to be testing out this mic for the first time. My audio in my videos hasn't been the greatest, especially in some videos. So pretty pumped to be trying this thing out. And it even got a podcast arm. Man, look at me. Look at me go. So for any veterans who have a 10% or more disability rating with the VA, and you haven't yet applied for VR&E or what used to be VOC REHAB, you may be missing out on a lot of benefits and better benefits than what the GI Bill offers you. Before we get into that, if this video helped you out in any way, please give me a like, and for future content, subscribe. So I wrote down 6 reasons why I think VR&E is better than the post 9/11 GI Bill. And we'll just get right into that. So the first reason is you get a stipend every semester for books and also any supplies that you need. So with the post 9/11 GI Bill, obviously books aren't paid for. You have to pay for that out of pocket, and sometimes that can be a lot, $200 to $300 in a semester. But with VR&E, your books are completely paid for, and you will also get a stipend every single semester. I think it was $75 around there when I was using it, and you can use that for anything you want. You can go to the campus bookstore and buy any sort of supplies that you need. So that's a pretty cool. Little addition to what you don't really get with the post 9/11. Thing number 2, just more free stuff. This computer actually was given to me by the VR&E program. I was also given a printer by the VR&E program, both of which you don't get with the GI Bill. This is just kind of a generic computer. It just does the job. But if you're in a higher level program, say like engineering or programming, in which you need a more powerful computer, you can justify that to your counselor, it's completely possible that you can get a computer that's more expensive and better and suits the program suits the program that you're going into. Thing number 3, you get certifications paid for. With post 9/11, it will pay for your schooling, but when it comes to paying for, say, certifications, post 9/11 isn't great with doing that. Delay my last on that one. That is actually not true. Upon a little bit of further research, the post 9/11 does in fact pay for certifications. The VA says if you're a veteran and you qualify for the GI Bill, you may be able to use part of your entitlement to cover test fees up to $2,000 for a job that requires a license or certification in order for you to work. So that's pretty cool. I didn't actually know that. So instead, what will fill this place is free dental. You actually get free dental when you are a part of the VR&E program. That's something you just have to reach out to your VRC about, and you'll be taken care of with free dental coverage while you are in the VR&E program. Pretty cool. Thing number 4, subsistence allowance. After you have finished with your VR&E program, so whatever you were going to school for, after you're finished with that, the VR&E program will give you 2 more months of additional benefits of, additional BHA or whatever they call it nowadays. They change their acronyms, it seems like every year. You get 2 more months of that allowance while you're looking for a job. So while you're out there looking for a job, you'll have these 2 more months of additional benefits that, where you'll be getting money, unlike the post 9/11 GI Bill. Once you aren't going to school anymore, once you're not, applying for benefits, you're not going to be getting any more money. So that last semester of school, you better have a job, or otherwise, you ain't going to be able to pay the bills. So that can, give veterans a little bit more leeway when it comes graduation time. Gives you that 2 more additional months of money. So my VRC referred to this as a subsistence allowance, but just to be technically correct, in case anybody is actually looking to get this, it's actually called an employment adjustment allowance. So keep that in mind. Number 5, and what I think is probably the coolest thing about VR&E, is a retroactive reimbursement. All right, so what this is actually called is a retroactive induction. And the VA says that after your VR&E eligibility is determined, they may retroactively approve your previous months of entitlement and return them to another VA education program. This is called a retroactive induction. Ask your VRC if you meet the eligibility requirements. So essentially what they're saying is they will take time from your VR&E that you have left. Say, like I did, I ended the program early. I ended VR&E earlier than what my initial education plan, my initial long track employment plan had entailed. I ended that earlier. So I still had months left on my VR&E. So I filed for a retroactive induction, which pretty much all that entails is just sending a copy of your transcript along with your degree program, and then your counselor will match up your degree program to the classes on your transcript. As long as your transcript matches up to the classes on those degree program, and as long as you pass those classes, you should be reimbursed for those back to your post 9/11. So in my case, I filed for that retroactive induction, and I was actually reimbursed over 12 months back to my GI Bill, which is pretty sweet. So now I can use those extra 12 months on my post 9/11 anytime I want to. And the last thing, and some people may not think that this is a positive or a benefit or an advantage to VR&E. I personally think it is. But you get a dedicated counselor. And maybe some of this depends on the counselor that you get, whether your counselor is good or bad, or they're a stickler as to the benefits that they give you. I personally got a pretty good counselor, and I think having a counselor can really help a veteran focus their ideas and their plan as to what they're going to do in the future. With the post 9/11, a veteran can just use that on any degree that they want to. So you could get a degree in art history if you wanted to. There's no guarantee there's going to be a job at the end of that for you, but you can do that if you want. VR&E is an employment program. So anything that you get into before your counselor approves it, you're going to have to actually show that there's like a good future job outlook for that job field. Otherwise, it's probably not going to get approved. And then that counselor follows you from day one of you being accepted into the program until you graduate through the VR&E program and you have a job. And that's really beneficial, I think, to a lot of veterans, because I don't think many veterans come out of, especially the military, with a plan about what they want to do. I mean, I know I didn't, and I think that can help focus veterans on their future and an idea of the future and what they're going to do to be employed in the future, instead of just picking a random degree like, oh, I'll just do this and I'll just start using my post 9/11 and then I'll figure it out in the future. VR&E makes veterans plan a little bit, makes them think about the future, and gives them a counselor that can help them and guide them along the way. Again, some of that may depend on the counselor that you get. I think having a counselor can be very beneficial to a lot of veterans. So, if you are a veteran with a minimum of 10% disability rating from the VA, I would encourage you to apply for VR&E. The worst thing that can happen is you don't get accepted, and then you just keep on using your post 9/11 GI Bill. But if you are accepted into the VR&E program, you just open yourself up to a lot more benefits and into a program that's really going to help you along in your future more. So why not just apply for it? If they say no, they say no. But that's all. Again, if this video helped you out, please give me a like. And for future content, please subscribe. Peace.